Together, hey, there ain't just remember, you and I is all we've got. Together, hey, there ain't
Some say Formula One isn't really a sport. What sport has stadiums that span seas? Or revels in driving rain, blazing sun, and blackest night? What sport makes even Vegas stop and stare? Sure, we have passing and curveballs and even the odd dive. But for us, the back of the net is no place to be. Breakpoint is rarely an advantage, and halftime, we do it in no time. Our kit saves lives. Our goals change futures. Our slam dunks echo around the world. And our big game, we do it 23 times a year. This is no ordinary sport. This is Formula One.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Season 4, Round 12. This week we're at Zandvoort. You may see all three people on the screen, but it is just me on my lonesome tonight. I apologise in advance. I'm going to talk and absolute rattle some absolute bollocks throughout the whole evening. So here we go. This is Zandvoort. As I say, it is round 12. We do have 19, I believe, on the grid this week. Again, very close to the end of the season. We are still producing the good numbers. And we continue to do so. So the last three races after this, up to round 15. Let's hope we can continue with it. It is Ollie, Alan. I know people get us confused. Sid is racing. Trev is unfortunately unavailable tonight, so it's just me. Trev has been doing it fairly consistently for the last, well, God knows how many weeks, so he has got the weekend off. It is myself and Sid tomorrow night for a realistic. Getting the team back together for tomorrow night as a treat for you all. So you have two drunkards screaming and shouting and talking bollocks tomorrow as well. Just waiting now for the guys to load in, and then I will switch this screen over. And we'll have a little run through of the current tables for constructors and drivers. Once we load in, just let us know as well, anyone that's on in the race, what the weather will be like. It's nice and clear so far. Dry, dry, dry. Good to hear. So let's have a look at the equal tables while we just wait for these drivers are in their grids or in their pit boxes, selecting their setups and their tyre strategies. So let's have a look. Kenyon is leading away 235 from Hound in P2 on 211. A little bit of a jump down to J7BP in the Red Bull with 185. And then Mikey Leclerc in the Alfa Romeo, who after his win last week... Was it his win last week? Or was it the week before? Sorry. It wasn't his win last week. It was Room Master last week. So the Alpine driver won last week. Yeah, but Mikey is applying pressure and is more than capable of applying pressure in his last few races to try and break into the top three. McLaren leading away in the constructors, 320 points to Ferrari in P2, which are 30 points behind, down in with 290 points. And Alfa Romeo bringing up the final top three spot on 278. And then it's fairly close throughout the field, down from P4 down to P10. Good result for either of these teams will jump them up. Now it looks like there's quite a few drivers up. Let's see what we can do. Get all our details up on screen. Most would be there's intermediate tyres are out. So is Hound and J7. He's furthest ahead. There is J7 is behind on the inters as well. Cedric is out early. Very early doors. So as we ride on board round with the Hash driver, you'll see that Zandvoort is what I class as a roller coaster track. It's got a little bit of everything. When you look at that track map on your bottom right hand corner as well, it's tight bends, long straights. When you're riding it or you're driving it as well, you get, cambered corners. They're all going off in different grades. Down sloping off to the left, and then if we ride on board with him now, you'll get the one that's sloping off to the right hand side. Lots and lots of gravel traps, lots of raised curves. Zandvoort has it all. It is a great turnout for equal indeed, Alan. We're riding on board with Sid. I know Hound is further ahead, but we're riding on board with Sid. He is on the soft compound tyres. We're sitting on board his shoulders as he goes round into that banked left-hand corner, which can spit you out if you don't get the power right. And then you've got a fairly long run, a little bending and weaving. Sorry, I didn't realise Jono was round first at 1:10.594. Then tap of the brakes, avoiding that left-hand side curve because that will just hold you tight, make you ride it all the way down, and then spit you out into the gravel. And again, avoiding the curve on the left-hand side. As you open up the car, DRS is open. Very short DRS, but can be very, very useful. Heavy braking, just clicking the right-hand side curb. Riding the left-hand side before you open the car up, using all of the right side of the track. Dab of the brakes, carry as much speed as you can, and then flat out round the banked right-hand corner where DRS is open, and a long straight down across the line. Cedric 109.975. It's not a bad banker. And J7 113.639. These guys will be going in again. Who is further ahead? Is it Rue or is Rue? So our winner last week, Rue. With a remarkable win last week in Singapore. Chose the strategies right. picked a brave call to stay out on the softs last week, and it worked out. An absolute treat. Sometimes bravery is rewarded. Howdy guys, how are we doing? Hope you're well. As it is, pretty sure it's JXC. It's around turn 1. Aston Martin reservists this week. Furthers ahead in sector 1 around that banked left hand corner. Not a bad showing for his debut last week as reserve as well. We are connected. I'll just have a look at the app, make sure we are working. I don't think I've got his details. Doesn't look like I have, but he is running currently in P5. I can't see his details, so it's staying purple sector 1, purple sector 2, but we don't know. Oh, then Sarah. Oh, he's very close to the wall as he come out on that left hand side, crosses the line, goes P2, goes behind Cedric. Who do we have now? Must be Rue. It is final corner down the long straight. Carry as much speed as you can. New fast lap 109.785. If Maestro just gone P1, I wasn't quick enough to that. Apologies. It is JT Blitz. Just coming into the final sector now. Coming down that straight. Is he going to put... No, it's in the 110.064. Then that will be Matt. Crosses the line. Goes P6. 110.553. Most of these guys are in. There's going to be a couple of outlaps now. We've got some guys more than capable of pushing pressure on the top. Razza at the top. I imagine this track's probably quite difficult for a controller player. It's got a great mix of corners, which on wheel feels really nice when you link these laps together. Like I said, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. Once you get yourself into a flow, round here feels brilliant when you link laps or you get under it. City is looking quite quick. I mean, that's a 109. He's in the 109s already. That's it's quite an achievement off for a banker lap. I wonder if he's just peaked too soon. Is on board with Razza. It's not a... Well, it is actually. It's a fastest sector 1 at the moment. Come to the end of sector 2. My app seems slow-ish. It's recording, it's just delaying what it's giving to me. Mitchell must retire from the session. I think that's in the pits. He's happy with his timer. As it goes P2, 109.756. Let's go back down to... Is that Dreams? I think it is... It is Dreams. We'll stand board of Dreams. So yeah, not really seeing if it's purple sector 1 or 2 or not at the moment. It's been quite slow to update itself. But we do it the old school way. Dreams goes P1. He's in the first driver into the 108s. with a 1:08.809. Let's go down to Night Owl. It is telling me Night Owl is P3. And then we've got one of the McLaren boys. It is Hayes. He is in the middle of Sector 1. It was quicker time for Cedric than his TT time. Pure fluke. Oh, Hayes is off. He's in the gravel. It's in the gravel. Zandvoort will have that in his locker, more than capable of spitting you out into his gravel. Oh, we are. There is a Mercedes. Is that Dodo's? Wasn't Dodo's. That was Johnny. Yeah. Not evasive action. He just went off a corner later. Who have we got now? They will. Oh, Rubber Duck. What are you doing, Rubber Duck? You need to go, my man. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. Not good. Trying to work out who we got now. Is that Night Owl? Won't be going again, surely. Nope, he'll be coming into the pits now. Rubber Duck, he pulled out. Is Hayes going again? I think he might be. He's got lower ERS though. He's got his McLaren teammate of Kenyan behind, but he's on an outlap. Pound tied in P1. He's another one into the 108s with a 0.8774. There is still a good amount of drivers yet to post a time. Most of them are actually on their outlap now. Vale's still in the pits. We've got 5.5 minutes, just over 5.5 minutes to get out. Thank you, Shizu. It's very nice to see you again. Scenes. Hope you're well, my man. Hayes goes P11. Who else have we got? It is still slightly further ahead than Dodo's. Shizu giving out subs like he's supplying water to African villages. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. Oh, so Sarah's gone. Caught the gravel on the left hand side, fighting the car and into the wall. Dodo's go P3, but that was unfortunate from Sira. Fighting to keep that car in a straight line after just catching the outside curb and the gravel. And the wheel, left hand side of the car took the brunt. Kenyon is splitting straight through the middle of the Haas and McLaren. That is Vale and his teammate of Hayes. Kenyon looking to get himself into Q2. Anything in the low 109s and high 108s is going to be comfortable time. Down the pit straight, 107, 109.943. Be easy enough to get him into as Night Owl also improves. Mikey is starting sector 2. So Mikey, sector 2. I think he's being very closely followed by an Alpha Tauri. That might be Rubber Duck. It is. Mikey ran a final corner, looking to get himself into Q2 as well. Should be a 109. It is a 109 dead into P4. We now focus on the drivers that have not posted any times yet. Vale in sector 3, just clipping the right hand side of the apex and then opening the car up. Little bit of a struggle to get that car on a straight line. Round the final corner for foot flat to the floor. Goes P3. It is Jono now. He took evasive action on his previous attempts. Now he's looking to improve on the 110.5 to get himself into Q2. It doesn't look like an improvement. It's not at the moment. If he's got enough fuel, he needs to turn off and get round again. Matt looks like he is on a go slow. He is. Go back on board with Cedric as he pulls out earlier. I'd say it looked like the car was very, very wide. He was right on the track limit there. Rebuild yourself some ERS and get back round. JT Blitz is in the pits and we have 2 minutes left. That may be it for JT Blitz unless that's him coming out now. Then it's an Alpha Tauri. Kenyan retired in the pits, happy with his time. Here we go then. On board with... It is Jono. It is Jono. He's improving now. We're at the same point again. He's low ERS. It might hurt him down this straight now. He's diving in. He's diving in. So that is the loss of Jono. Go back on board with Matt. He needs to make this one count to get himself out of Q1. The Ferrari driver catches a little bit too much the curve. That will slightly cost a little bit of time because the car started to slide into the make or break sector for me. Sector 3 has got some difficult corners. Can't nail him, it hurts. He's improving at the moment. He's just under 3 tenths up. As it stands, that won't be enough to get him out. He needs a good sector 3. A little bit wide on the second to last corner. Comes down straight. Goes P15. But he's got cars behind him. One of them is Hayes. Hayes is looking to improve. Get him into Q2. Improve on his 110.347. Vale retired in P3. Happy with his time. Here goes Hayes. P15 pushes Matt out as it stands. Cedric goes out to P10. Easily into Q3. Sorry, easily into Q2. I got well excited then. Rubber Duck sitting in P18. Can he get himself out of Q1? He needs a big improvement from his 110.7. Raza Gamer P13 retired in the pits. Should be safe, but JT Blitz got himself out. He did get himself out. He is behind Rubber Duck. The Rubber into the final corner. Needs to keep his foot flat. Carry as much speed as possible. Down the straight for 107, 108, 109 and P10. Down to JT Blitz. Improving on a 109.8. Goes P8. And I think that is that. It is. Cedric is into the pits. That will be that. And that means, unfortunately, we lose Syrah through the crash. Jono, Matt, and Hayes. Not sure if Hayes fell asleep at the wheel then for a split second. But that signals the end of Q1. We'll take a 1 minute break and we'll be back for Q2. Let's get ready for Q2. We have the 15 drivers on the grid. Looking to get themselves into Q3. So yeah, we did lose a Ferrari, we did lose a Mercedes as well. We did lose a McLaren and an Aston Martin. Let's see who is the furthest ahead. It is JT Blitz. Alfa Romeo driver leading us out for the first time in Q2. Closely followed by Hound and J7BP as usual. Most will be on the soft compound tyres. Make sure. Yes, Scootex, if you would like, you may join. Let us know if you want to, and I'll send you an invite. As it did look like J7 is further ahead. Oh, no, sorry, J7 JT Blitz is further ahead. Fairly competitive time in Q1. So bear with me. As long as you join the lobby and you press spectator, it shouldn't put you in any car. It's when people don't join the lobby and don't press spectator, it basically reserves a slot for you on the grid if there's space. So if you go into the lobby and then press Y instead of launch, it will be a spectator mode instead. Hound P1. They were scrub sets. J7s I can't not say to J7s. JT Blitz I couldn't see. Midfield Maestro goes P2 on scrub sets as well. Most of the grid you will find are on the scrubbed compound. Mikey goes above his teammate into P3. Cedric is just in the middle of sector 2 now. His Haas teammate is farther ahead. J7 goes fastest 109.431. They are scrubbed. We should be seeing times of the 108s from the top of the field. And there is a 108 as Vale comes across the line and goes P2. Where is his teammate? Into the final corner. Set a fairly competitive time in Q1 to get him out, and it's a 1:10.130. Which don't think they are scrubbed. They are, well, they're 80%. They might not be scrubbed. As Night Owl is in the pits now. His tyres are 22%. Stand board with our newest driver on the grid, JXC, reserving tonight in the Aston Martin. Just slow moving cars just ahead. They're causing the yellow flags as JXC comes down to the final sector. Just a tap of the brakes as you get yourself guided into that corner, clipping the right hand side and opening that car up. And using all the left hand side of the track, carry as much speed, just skimming the right hand side of the apex before you open that car up to carry as much speed as you can around that banked right hand corner. And he sets a time of 1:09.765, puts him up to P7. Let's go down to Mr. Saturdays. He's just starting actually. Let's clear most of it. All the gunk off the screen and stay on boards with our very own PRL Dodos. Comes up to that little downhill sector, carrying as much speed as he can with avoiding that left hand side because that will spit you out into the gravel, and clipping that right hand side before coming onto this half horseshoe and then into like a very open hairpin before coming up to the second DRS sector. Short but can be beneficial. Rid a lot of curb there. The Mercedes absolutely bouncing around as a little bit of a back end starts to kick out. Does keep it. We know Dodos is more than capable of fighting his car and keeping it, as he might get a cheeky little bit of benefit from the car ahead. And he goes P2 1:08.854. Is it? Is JT Blitz going? He is going. Let's just get Scootex into this JT Blitz comes in, he does. Night Owl. Last time he was out, he was on 22%. On the softs, these will be fresh this time around. Comes across the line for a 109.269, goes P4. We do have Rubber Duck round the final corner. Get himself post a decent time. Levels up to P8 for 109.644. And OTC Dreams in the Alpine. Good evening, Scootex. How are you, sir? Please include your audio if you have not. Oh, it doesn't. Sorry, I was by myself. I will trigger the option. There you go. We should have it now.
Audio's now included. There we go.
How are you?
Good. In a bit of pain, hence the reason I'm not racing tonight. Other than that, I'm good. How about yourself this evening?
Yes, not bad, thank you. Not bad at all.
Game.
Let's just turn you up. Right.
Expect it. There we go.
So Dodo's retired in P4. Happy with that time. It should be enough. Anything into the 108, 108s should be more than decent enough.
There we go.
Brewmaster is pushing, I believe, down to 36%. He is looking to improve on a 110.277.
I do not have game audio coming through for some reason.
Brewmaster into P8, 109.339. And then we should have I missed him? Did he improve? He did improve. Cedric goes into the 109.5. He's into P9. It's going to be one of those ones where it's a little bit on the edge, I think.
Mikey currently on his lap as well, just going through the banked first sector. Currently 2/10 up in his time as well.
Yeah, it's definitely, let's say, the fresh tyres versus the scrubs.
His is gone. I shall see. Right. Okay, never mind, he doesn't have me added as a friend. See how it is.
So Mikey looking to dislodge. Oh, who was that that's gone? I think that was it, Mike.
4/10 up.
Yep. Oh, Cedric's now dropping down into P11. He's got time of just under 3 minutes. Mikey should set a time good enough for Q3.
Yeah. Quite close. So, not sure if I missed it. What happened to Night Owl?
I'm not sure. I think I've missed that as well. He must have crashed.
Vale currently just a 10th up in his lap as well. He makes his way through the final middle sector, just under 3/10 down. Sorry up. Not used to this commentating yet.
You find yourself becoming a little bit of a auctioneer, I always say, where you just end up rabbiting loads as quick as you can because so much goes on.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys constantly do it.
Well, goes P3.
P4.
Sorry, P4. It's a good time. Should see him comfortably in. We're getting a couple of guys out on the outlaps hound. Mikey will be coming in. Kenyon retired in the pits, happy with his time. We're now going to see. We're going to focus on the bottom 5 now as we're getting down to the crunch time.
It's
JT
on
Blitz.
his final last lap.
J7 retired as well in P3. Happy. Yellows are for slow moving cars. Midfield Maestro retired as well in the pits. That is going to be touch and go.
Blitz half a second up as well if he gets this final sector right. He
Could lose
potentially
both
knock
Williams
midfield.
here. Depending on the pace behind, both Williams are at risk.
Blitz took quite a wider exit from that back final turn.
Blitz. Oh, he does improve, but only up to P12. That would be the end of Blitz, unfortunately. As we go down to Cedric. He is, no, not Cedric, sorry. We will go to first. He is on a hot lap in Sector 2.
JXC also 2.3 tenths up. So he's coming round the final turn. Oh, he's kind of took a bit too much of the curb there. Taking quite a narrow exit and wide line as he's abandoned.
He's in, yeah, he's in. Raza. I'm back on board of Raza. In corners up to this crucial part of the track. Carries much speed. Avoid that left-hand side and that gravel trap. Definitely has the capability of spitting you out this corner. Down the straight. And it is up to P9. It's an improvement of just under half a second, but it's only P9. Who have we got behind?
That will be it for Rubber.
Oh, I think
Cedric,
as he turned off, he's regaining.
Yep.
Oh no, that's it. That's it. Sid is out.
Not got enough time. Brewmaster making his way through the final sector.
He is not improvement. He's only 3 tenths over. I think that will be the end of Brewmaster as well after a brilliant race last week. Yep, he is in down to
0.
And Rubber as well. You said he'd gone off.
Yep.
He is. That will be it. That will be the end of Q2. We lose Rubber, Cedric, Blitz, Brewmaster, and Night Owl. Midfield Maestro through by the skin of his teeth. With, unfortunately, his Williams teammate of Night Owl out in Q2.
Shall just mute myself for 2 seconds while I do finish the last of my dinner.
We'll take a couple of minutes break and we'll be back for Q3. Hello and welcome back to Q3. We are in for the top 10 shootout. You'll see the track get very busy very early, as we normally do in Q3. Those tyres that people have saved should be getting used up here. So out first is midfield Maestro, who just got through Q2. at the expense of his teammate.
Was
Yes,
that bold
Skutex is
decision
with me,
to
Sid.
retire? Here's a question. What do you feel the difference is going to be between pole and 10th? I feel so it's been quite close recently.
Yeah, this has been. I reckon we've got to be looking at a 108.4, 108.5 for a pole. For me.
Sid thinks it would be a 0.7.
Yeah, and I reckon you'll probably see 092 for P10. So we're going to go 085 P1. Oh, midfield maestro. Absolute cult that. And managed to keep out of the wall. Fair play, but that will absolutely compromise any attempt at Hot Lab he's got.
Hounds will be the first one round. Sid thinks it will be a 0.7 from first to
Yeah,
10th.
I'm going to go anywhere from 85 P1 to 92 P10.
I've got a feeling that pole tonight might be a really low 108, maybe a 108.2. No Hound, Mikey, Dreams, Kenyon, Bale, all of these guys have the ability to do so.
You reckon we're
It's
going to
just about
see
getting that lap put
sevens?
together.
Was that a little bit?
If we see a
stretch?
7, I will turn my mic on and do a show. And I won't do it with some milk. I'll do it with some actual alcohol.
Yeah, that
Unlike
must have
some people.
absolutely ruined his trainers doing that with milk.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Nice
think
trainers
of
as
it
well, they had
anything
to ruin
worse
them
to do
milk.
it with.
No, I will always say it, and I'm sure Chizu will. It was worth the money. And crosses the line.
Yes. They are 17% at the moment. Vales were fresh. So there's the 108.5.
Yeah.
They were 3%. They are 3% now, so they were fresh. Hounds were 17. I can't see JXC's data. Raza coming across the line now. These are, I think, also fresh. Might be semi-old, I'm not sure. They're 9%. They might be semi.
Make it on a lap through sector 1.
So, Mikey's, these are
24-1 through
fresh.
sector 1.
They are 2% at the moment.
It takes a bit too much of the cover, and he's abandoning his lap as well. Who'd be next? I believe that would be J7.
It is J7 round turn 3. Up to the windy, fairly, well, all the way flat out. A little bit of a windy section. Down the hill. Just coast the car around.
Flat.
Before you're getting into the middle of sector 2. Again, avoiding that left-hand side curb, because that will just rip you and then spit you out into the gravel. I'm sure we've all done that at some point during practice.
Not a fun time.
And then down to the small DRS sector of the track. And then into the hairpin as he lines himself up to carry as much speed as you can around his final sector.
So that was JXC getting out of his way.
Oh, he threw the shoes. I didn't realise he threw the shoes. I mean, I'm not surprised, but... J7.
7 from J7. Next,
Kenyon?
I believe that would be midfield. Oh, sorry, Kenyon.
It is, yeah. It's our 3 times champion and equal. Kenyon, these are a fresh pair of softs. Can he dislodge P1? He can. 108.3. Are we
Leave
getting
midfield
quicker
is
than
next to cross the line. Followed by Dreams, then Mikey.
Scoots, what part of Scotland are you from? That is a question from Alan.
I am from a little town just outside of Glasgow called Motherwell. It's, I'll put it nicely, not a nice place. Is fun fact, when we were in lockdown, there was a junkie who stayed next door to me at the time who owed someone tick and got his hand cut off. So that's always fun.
Interesting. He's a Celtic fan. I must be happy with today's result then, or you're not?
No, this is what Blitz likes to say to annoy me.
Are you a Rangers
Claiming that
fan
I'm a
then?
Celtic fan. No, I am a Motherwell fan.
Oh, right. Did they win
We
today?
are one of the worst teams. We did, yes. We
Yes,
beat
I thought
Ross
you
County
did. I
2-1.
remember watching it. I watched the Old Firm derby today.
Did watch it with the missus for the Old Firm. Fairly say she got quite into it when Celtic kept scoring. And then went quiet as soon as Rangers scored 3 minutes later.
Who have we got? Dodo's is in the pits. Raz is in the pits. Mitchell Meister in the pits. This is going to be most of the time where you'll see people resetting now before having one last attempt.
On a lap.
Yep, Hound's out early. Might want him to be able to get 2 in here. Got 5 minutes.
Most as though he's already flying on an out lap just now. It's 3.5 tenths up in his time so far.
Gotcha. The wife was doing my head in. She said Glasgow, though. She's from Inverness.
Yeah. Inverness, nice little town. Not so good football team. Him just 7 tenths up in his time so far. Could be close to putting him into a 108.5, possibly a 108.4.
So these will be nice and fresh. These softs, they were scrubbed before. That's what the 109.2 was. And it is a 108.339. This goes P or provisional P1. With just under 4 minutes remaining.
I think we'll see everyone leaving at last minute for optimal track conditions. Track temp, it's all about it. Being able to just put that lap together, that's all you need to do. One small mistake could put you on a wall, especially around here around Zandvoort.
Yep.
There are many of us. No, it's not the grippiest of tracks, plenty of places to spin, plenty of curbs to ride.
As we are now just seeing a couple of drivers start to trickle out of the pits as the time ticks down. Vale is the one that's furthest ahead. He's coming into the last couple of corners of his outlap, taking it nice and slow, taking care of those tyres so he can keep as much life as possible for this final hot lap of his. As we will stay on board, he's the one clear and, well, a big chunk ahead of the rest. Into turn 1, that looping right-hander, and then you go into this small little roller coaster section. It's got a little bit of traffic ahead into that banked left-hand corner that will spit you out, and is easily to get the car over rotating. As it comes down, he's going to have a little bit of traffic coming down the hill. This might not be great, as they are actually out the way. Nicely done from those 2 drivers there.
Rides a lot of that left-hand side curve as well as he swings it in 4th gear around the right, down to 4th on the left. Nice on the throttle. DRS wide open.
So far.
10.5 up in his time. Feel like that traffic might have just slightly hindered him. He's still pushing through it. Still has the possibility of pushing for 103.
He's gone!
Oh!
He caught too much. He done a zero. Caught too much curve. The car was over far too much to the left-hand side. And that is the end of qualifying for Vale. Unfortunately, like a good lap. Not sure who was furthest ahead. Mikey's pulled out, I think.
Yeah, Mikey's.
He has. So that will be... I think it's midfield. Maestro.
Looks like midfield first to cross the line from these runners. 2.5 tenths up already.
Vale absolutely ripping that left hand side. That's caught 2 people out this one there. That's what happens when you carry a little bit too much speed. That apex and the corner and they can just grip you on this track and it's just impossible to get off. This midfield Maestro is improving just under 4 tenths, which is going to see him move up to at least 1 position. Midfield Maestro goes up 1 position into P7. And JSC takes it position back. I don't know who that was. Was that OT? That wasn't OTZ.
Currently 8,000 up in his time. Or 800, sorry.
Yes, that's enough to take provisional pole, but Hound is further around.
DRS wide open. Pushed into the start finish.
There's Kenyon.
That's a 108.2. 108.2.
Hound.
I don't need to do a shoe.
Mikey is slow. He's going to be in P6 at least.
Hound is improving. He's a 10.5 up, just under.
OTC Dreams final corner. He's more than capable of putting provisional or put it on to P1 as well. Round the final corner. DRS wide. No, is he going in? No, he's not. He just cuts in early. And he goes P1 108 167.
With Hound with a 108 262. I believe that's everyone.
Yeah, that is.
Dodo's still on all that.
Oh, it is Dodo's. Our Super Dodo's. Mr. Saturday. What's he got? It's looking good. Oh, P4. So not bad at all. That is J7 going slow. Will be coming in. So your pole sitter for today is OTC Dreams with a 108 167. P2 Hound with 108 262, and then Kenyon in P3. Those times are very, very close.
And finally, I feel like in the podcast of Lucy's Hot Lap of the Week, we'll have Dreams Hot Lap of the Week.
It should be. It should be after that lap.
Lewis takes it personally and puts in a flyer tomorrow.
So that concludes quali round here, round 12, round Zandvoort. We will take a couple of minutes break. We will wait for the ready up. Drivers take T and P, and we will be back very shortly.
Well, here we go then. The windmills turn silently round here, but it's the only place within the vicinity of Zandvoort that you can get a bit of peace and quiet. 105,000 Dutch fans are making a tremendous amount of noise ahead of round 15 of the Formula One World Championship in 2022. It is the Dutch Grand Prix, and for the first time, the home fans come to their home circuit to greet their home world champion. Max Verstappen reigning supreme at the top of the championship this year as well. 93 points the lead going into this round around this 2.6 mile circuit. 14 corners, 4 to the left and 10 to the right. It's 247 metres from pole to the first braking zone and into Tarzan corner, where last year Sergio Perez went round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. It's a brave move, but if you're brave enough, the reward is there for you on a track that is very, very tough to overtake. Turn 3, and there's a spin for Sebastian Vettel, who had a spin in qualifying yesterday and is down in 19th on the grid for this year's race. Hopefully the 72 laps will be a little less problematic for him this afternoon. And this is Sergio Perez on Nikita Mazepin into the chicane and at the start of the stadium section. You need about 1.5 seconds extra pace a lap to get overtakes done here. Perez certainly had that on that particular lap. The 3 tyre compounds for the 4th time this season. It's the hardest in the Pirelli range. The C1, the hard tyre, the C2, the medium, and the C3, the soft. And Pirelli talking about a mixture of strategies today. You can do a one-stopper, but you're going to have to look after those tyres to make it work.
And welcome back to our round 12, which is Zandvoort this week, as we got join the guys just going around on their formation laps, and we will look through their tyre choices for the race. There is only one soft runner on the grids this week, and that is Jono in P18. The rest of the grid is a big mixture of hards and mediums, mostly swinging in favour of the hard compound tyres by the top 12 to 13 drivers. Only 2 medium compounds in the top 13, that is Dodo's in P5 and Brewmaster in P12. P14 down to P17 have elected for the medium compound tyres.
Yep, definitely an alternate strategy, especially with Dodos being up there in P5, starting on the mediums. Looks like he's looking to try and go aggressive up, possibly try and go for the undercut, and everyone else on hards around him build that gap, and I'm sure he's hoping they won't be able to catch up to him with any lead builds.
So there is a very short run into turn 1 around Zandvoort. You see the drivers, they actually go past the pitch straight as he goes into grid slot 1. You're looking at probably about 300-400 into turn 1, maybe a little bit more. That's just a rough guess.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have a clue.
No, it's just a rough guess, but you do need a great start off the line to either stop people, as we are just lining up now. We are sitting on board with Kenyan as we got 4 lights. That is 5 lights, and round 12, Zandvoort is underway. As Hound gets a brilliant start into clear of P1 and up into P1 already, and that is Kenyan down into P4 as Dodo's on those medium tyres is up into P3.
J7 looking just to tuck in behind Lewis there. Couple of position changes so far off the start. So we have Dodos already up 2 positions as well and up into P3. Wanting to make the most of those mediums from the very start, he's got that grip advantage.
Absolutely. All
What's
we
happened
have,
to
that is
Rubber?
Remaster. He's rounding the Alpine. He is going again. It is a early VSC. Is that because he has no wing? It is because he has no wing. A VSC will be called normally. He's made a little bit of a get my words out now. He has improved from P18 up to P15 on those softs.
All the same by Matt and Hayes. All 3 of them up 3 positions. We've got Sarah up 2 positions already as well.
Absolutely. Going back to that race start, it was a brilliant start off the line by Hound.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if OTC Dreams was a little bit lagging off the line, but Hound absolutely nailed it, and he was well and truly passed into turn 1. And then Dodo's with a late move. Good start.
Bradley Gaming Newsom sitting his near the back row. Agree or disagree?
Sorry, say again.
We've got Play Gaming Newsom in the chat saying his is near the back where he belongs. BSE has ended. We're back to green.
He has. That looks like Dreams got caught napping a little bit under the VSC. Dodos is up into P2 on the mediums. Now looking to pressurise Hounds on those. At the moment, looks like quicker tyre.
Certainly, Hound is building that small bit of a gap in between the 2 of them. 8-10s. Doesn't look as though Dodos is burning.
DRS is enabled. You probably won't see too many moves into turn 1 without DRS assist.
Oh, we've got Raza looking to try and make a move, but he pulls back in behind there. Slingshot himself out of the bank turn.
The main thing for Dodos at the moment is just keep hold of that DRS, keep that gap down to under a second. It's going to drag you in closer and closer and keep you away from the guys behind as well. Can become a little bit of a DRS train round Zandvoort.
Settling a track with such a long DRS straight from the final turn to the first turn. Definitely a great overtaking opportunity there for them as well, as it looks as though Dodos might be looking to make that move.
He is closer, 0.2 from sector 2 into sector 3, and he takes a lot of speed out the final corner with ERS assistance, and DRS assistance will take the lead into turn 1. Was leading round 12 round Zandvoort. It's a brilliant start by Dodos on the softer compound compared to the hards. He's making them work well to what they're meant to do at the moment.
Yep, definitely the best gain over 4 or 2 positions. Only person in the starting position is Night Owl.
Dodos is looking to try and get away from Hound. Where Hound is also trying, it looks like he's trying to build teams as well. But all the time that DRS is active for the drivers behind you, just onto it. So it looks like Rubber Duck, because he lost some time down in P18. He's a good 5 seconds off of Syrah.
From what I can see, it doesn't look as though
No, it might have just been a moment.
Open.
As we see it again, it's Hound round the outside of Dodos. No, Dodos finds himself in the inside. Dodos can't get past.
Definitely still close between everyone from 1st to 16th, all within DRS of each other. Only person out with DRS just now is Sirra, Rubber and Newmaster.
Everyone's doing a good job. So track limits may play a part later on in the race round here. Not one of those tracks you can easily to do, but there's
See these, it looks like
at
it.
the moment.
He's still going, he's still on a net gain of position so far. Looks as though Hound might be looking for a move on Dodos to take back that late race lead. Dodos moves onto the inside to go defensive.
No damage on track.
Oh, as Dodos does touch the grass, as Hound is off. But still reacts well.
Mediums and the hards are percentage at the moment. They're around about 15%. Surprisingly, Hound's hards are actually higher percentage than Dodo's mediums.
Much Hound is trying to push, especially with being in the dirty air.
Yep.
So Dodos want to get that clean air out in front. Just control the pace. Right now, Dodos doing well to use those mediums to the full advantage.
Go into that short DRS, which is at the moment is not be massively beneficial. Dodos is doing a good job as it stands out into P1. Towns then bit of deja vu, gets himself close to turn 1, but not close to track. The hards are going to come into their own at some point. They don't need to. They're going to come in. Anyway, where at the moment, Dodos is probably wishing he had a little bit more favour, but Ham's doing a good job just sticking on the back of these guys at the moment.
Back over the ground, though, there's been a couple of gaps open. We've got Hayes and Blitz.
Oh, Cedric
Battling away
is
each other.
2.9 for Blitz. As Matt is real close to the back of the Hash driver. Not going to be close enough to do anything then, but it's going to be a little bit of a sitting duck for Cedric, I think.
Hayes will be the same for Blitz as well as Blitz 7 tenths behind. DRS open. We're going to look for the move into turn 1 on the inside.
Absolutely flying.
He's going to defend. He's looking to just hold back.
Matt seems to have lost a lot
flashing.
of time. Yes, he's burning. So burning 3-second gap, and then like suddenly he's on track now. From P11 down. P1 to P10 are all within DRS.
Drop out of that DRS range of GXG. Slowly dropping off it. Can he pull it back in though?
Yes, I don't think he's going to get DRS. He hasn't got DRS this time.
No. This will be the case for Night Owl, just to drop off the field. 10, just with everyone so close together with that DRS.
Go up to Hound. He's a
crucial
little
to
bit
stay in
closer
it.
now. It looks like he had to readjust on that final corner, which may just slow him down as on any attack he has. As side of J7 is up into P5. Gets that move done well before the entrance into turn 1.
Blitz has also overtaken Hayes down that DRS straight as well as they've swapped positions. Can they possibly push on to try and catch on to the back of Night Owl as well? 2.3 is the gap just now.
We are
7
up
match
to
still
18
close
people
together.
watching live. Thank you for everyone that is joining and tuning in. Please, if you are watching, have a little type in the chat and have a little bit of interaction with us. We do have very close pack now. As I said, it is down from still P10 all the way up to Night Towers dropped down now to just under 2 seconds. He's tithering on that edge. JT Blitz is 2.3 seconds behind there as well. As now Vale is very close to J7. Down the inside, both burning, both level into turn 1. Vale
Takes the lead back to open that gap now. He knows though those tyres might be just struggling just that little bit now through the turns. Sure, all the other hard runners must be thinking the same.
We will have a look at the tyres. It's now Hounds Hards are up 29%. Dodos are on 28% or 24%. So there's a little bit of a mixture around the hards themselves. Hound seems to be pushing those tyres more than the rest. And Dodos is probably nursing those tyres because he's still within a good gap and percentage of the hards. But then we don't know when the cliff is going to arrive for these tyre compounds.
Yeah.
Once that cliff arrives, then they will just drop. We all know what that cliff does. Stay on board with Dodos. He is close. He's very good at getting close on that last bit. He goes down the inside again. Is there going to be an attempt from Hound around the outside? There's not. Dreams is now close to the back of both of these drivers. But Dodos does a great job getting the move done, making it hard for any return.
Definitely could be a possibility if the race goes the way Dodos wants it to go. He might be looking to try and go for a medium soft strategy. Be a big ask. The mediums can go 20 to 24 laps. The softs 15 to 18 as well.
Yeah,
so
I did see the softs were
if it plays
15.
into his hand, potentially have the alternate strategy working his way.
Speaking to some drivers earlier, they did say it could possibly be, if there was no intervention from safety cars or anything like that, it could just be better to do a two stops.
Yeah. Definitely a change from consistent hard medium. Then if there's a safety car, hard medium.
Hound again outside, and he takes the inside. These guys just reversing now as Dreams is very close. He gets close into turn 1, but seems to drop just a little bit.
Definitely gap still he got Raza 1.6 off of J7 as well. He's got midfield GXC behind him. We've got a bit of a gap in between that of Night Owl, then Hayes and Blitz still battling together. Matt has dropped down to 16th as well.
He has. Sierra seems to have got himself up into P15. But he is now 1.6 off the Haas of Cedric.
And we've got to see Dodos go for another move to try and take the lead back of this race down this DRS straight. This is wide open. He does have Dreams on just 2 tenths behind. Dreams maybe looking for a move in.
That is
they'll
not
tuck
close
in behind
enough.
each other.
They do tuck in nicely. As the moment it is just deja vu on these laps for these drivers from probably P3 down to what, P8. It's not a lot of movements, they're just following each other. There's a couple of rotations for the lead, but Dreams seems to get close into turn 1 and then The same again the next lap. It's very, very hard.
Definitely all about being consistent, especially on a track like this with one wrong move, as we'd seen earlier with John. One small spin, put you out of the running and out of DRS. Curves will punish you around here.
Absolutely.
See those possibly lining up a run on town down the DRS straight. Did think about using that overtake, but turns it right back off.
She is a little bit far away now. Are those mediums just starting to slag a little bit, coming out of these corners for the grip?
Like it is Raza in midfield going side by side through turn one, so there's a little bit of wheel banging.
As he gets
Raza is
himself
flashing as well though.
ahead. Go back down. We got Hayes is on the back of Blitz, but I think not close enough. Cedric is by himself with a couple of second gaps in between him and the driver behind. And the driver ahead. Sira is, yep, he's there or thereabouts. He was last time, 1.7, 1.6. Cedric doing a good job in P14. Matt's applying pressure to TTM Sira in the Aston Martin. And then we've got a big gap behind Jono after an unfortunate spin. Rue as well had a spin turn one, ripped off his wing, and then Rubber Duck. Not sure what happened to Rubber Duck, but he's down to P19.
Might see your Raza might just be a bit of a sitting duck for midfield. Especially even to JXC as well, as he is flashing coming round.
Let's
into
go and
the
have a look.
final turn.
He's
As
going in,
he's
he's going
into
in.
the pits.
Early pit, early pit.
Yeah, very early. Might be going for that undercut. Maybe try and
is.
see
He
if
was
he
on
can
the
pull off
hard,
what Dodos is
so-
doing.
I mean,
Dodos
oh,
is-
where's he going on? He's going to
might-
mediums.
Is definitely a big ask from this stage as well. It could hinder him if there's a safety car at any point as well, or could rescue his
So
race.
they're not going to last. Well, if they do last, they are not going to feel pretty towards the end of this race when there is still 22 laps to go.
Still again with this top 7 all within the RS of each other.
So that does
Like,
drop just P7 and P1. It builds that little gap that they've got now. So midfield maestro is going to be a little bit of a sitting duck down from JXC now, who has a lot more ERS.
Might see, it looks as though Dreams might be going for an overtake here. He did flash on that overtake button but turned it right back off. Looks as though he's content to just sit behind Dodos just now.
He goes JXC on
Moving into
midfield
turn
maestro.
one.
Midfield maestro moves to the middle, and JXC just sits behind and says, "No, you can have that corner." Good defended by
Looks as though
midfield.
his was
Oh,
burning.
oh,
The-
Oh
Oh,
no!
who's that
It's
that's
Matt.
round?
Matt is
Matt,
round.
no.
Get yourself going again. I can't see if you got any
He's still
damage.
going.
No damage. It's just a skill issue.
Doesn't look like it. Poor Matt.
Into the pits he
looks as though he
goes.
does have damage. Might be for a new one. He does look as though he's missing the nameplate.
Oh, is he?
Oh, the Ferrari team. Yep. It looks as though he's getting a new front wing.
Yep, front wing damage is showing on the app.
Matt.
Unlucky Matt. Well, to be fair, you've changed that wing. Get your hard tyres on, and they will see you, hopefully, towards the end of this race. As John A
Definitely
goes up.
would say watching Matt racing recently, not only here on Saturdays and Sundays, but even on Wednesday nights. He's definitely, for me, put in a lot better performances and improved a lot as well.
Yeah,
Just
no, we
unfortunate with
do
his
say this.
stints.
Matt's our our scapegoat. We take the mick out of Matt a little bit here and there, but hand in heart, we said it in recent weeks as well. Probably the last 2 months, he has really improved. The 2 months prior to that, he struggled to finish races.
Yeah.
Now, he finishes races and he's a lot more consistent.
Yeah. He's constantly getting higher points as well.
Yep.
might not be racing up for race wins just now, but when constructors are this close with your teammate fighting for the win as well, those little points can all add up for the constructors as well.
Absolutely.
It's all about making it consistently going. We have front seven still all close together.
Do
Bulldogs
Hayes is
dropping
on the
back
back
just a
of
little bit.
JT. They had a little bit of a not side by side in sector 1. JT Blitz is
James
trying to
might be
defend.
going for the move up into P2. He is on the inside. Rodos looks to be going down the inside of Hound.
Oh, there is Hound sticking around the outside. He's going to get more.
Snap just a
Oh,
little bit.
The Hards have got more grip coming around the
What's
outside.
happened now with J7?
We got some pits. We got some
1.3.
early pits.
I think that might just be with Mikey and Bale pitting. That might have just opened up that
we've
gap
got
to
Mikey,
1.3.
Both going on to the medium compounds now with 18 laps to go. Sorry, well 19 including this one. As
James looks to be pushing Dodos just round these corners now.
Razza and Mikey side by side. Mikey's got himself ahead, but Razza came round and slotted himself in between the two of the pitters of Mikey and Bale. Razza pitted, obviously we saw what, 3 laps previous.
Bale getting really close and up the inside of Razza, still side by side, maybe a little bit of contact, still clean enough.
Going to be Alfa Romeo teammates coming together now. Are we going to see a little bit of a team order? We're going to see some DRS assistance.
Mikey right up the back of Blitz here. Is he going to go for it? Maybe not. It looks as though Blitz is pulling over to the left, letting Mikey through. Maybe use this. Mikey right on the
It did,
back
and here
of
goes
Hayes
Mikey
now.
on Hayes. The speed difference is massive out of that turn, and Bale's going for it as well.
7 and Kenyon just
That
coming
was
out of the pits
five
into
good
this
right.
battle as well. As Kenyon slots right in behind Bale and Mikey there.
Kenyon's lost on some time. He's lost some time there. He was ahead of Mikey and Vale, so the undercuts works for both these drivers. Sector 1.
Hayes has just hit the wall. He's lost an end
Who's
plate
that?
there. It looks like
Is that
it.
someone else?
I believe that's Razza as well. There might have been a bit of contact there. Flicked onto Hayes there. Looks as though he was in the wall. Might have been a bit of contact. No safety car, no VSC.
We have Hayes and we have Razza, both front wing damage.
XC might be looking to make that move onto the midfield down this pit straight as well as Dodos carries on from Hound pits. Surely Dodos's tyres must be screaming at this point.
Hound is exiting the pits now.
That is Rubber Duck, it looks like,
yes, it
in
was.
the grass there.
Where is Hound going to come out compared to these guys? Vale's going to be round. Vale, Mikey and Kenyon are going to get himself ahead.
Slots
Mikey
right
slots
in
in.
between Mikey.
The undercut is powerful, as you do see Mikey and Vale jump a couple of positions up. As Kenyon is now on the back of that Ferrari. So close, he can smell what aftershave he's wearing.
We'll need to ask him after this race as well because it's certainly helping him.
We do have it
Is
now.
when has Dodos got to come in now?
I mean, he's got to be losing
So-
at least a second and a half to these guys behind
Looks
now.
to be continuing on. James
mean-
looks to be taking race lead.
Do we? I think we see Dodo's. Well, you now and go for the softs.
Yeah, it's showing now it's a medium.
They're on
soft
60%.
strategy,
His mediums.
so he's definitely in that puncture territory.
He's approaching. He's 10% off puncher territory. 70%
What
onwards,
was
I would say.
that? Looks to be a bit of contact between. Is that another AlphaTauri? Yep, that is Rubber Duck in the wall.
Oh no, Rubber Duck is quite
Could
far
that-
off the pace. Oh, and Hound has runs wide. He was cutting grass for a split second. And that leaves
That's
Kenyon
still
to
a
dive down.
GS7.
Rubber Duck disqualified.
Oh,
Fucking
Rubber Duck's been
dangerous.
disqualified. It was he spun into the bank of turn 4. Oh, and
Kenyon got
given
5
up
seconds. That's because I'm guessing he went through those yellow flags of. It's unfortunate.
Well, the stewards might need to have a look into that.
I'm sure they will do, and I'm sure Kenyon will raise it as long as he
Dreams
doesn't
is in.
serve that 5 seconds. It can be investigated.
Dreams is now in. Dodos still carrying on those mediums.
As we do now, Vale is up past Night Owl. Sorry, Night Owl on 21 laps. See, this is the problem they've got now, where these guys, I know they're probably hanging on for the softs, but are they going to lose way too much time now? By the time they put their
Are
softs
they
on, it's
hoping
going
for a
to
safety car?
maybe.
From what I can see just now with the pace that these 5 all have on fresh tyres,
Yeah,
it might be the only thing to save this top 4.
yeah.
Well, sorry, top 3.
They're leaving themselves
these
way
guys get
too
back
much
in.
work to do, aren't they? Even if they pit late on
Yeah.
for softs,
They'll have the
they're not
tyre
going to work.
advantage, but is it going to be enough to help them battle through?
Here goes Mikey.
Entire
Mikey is
field.
past Night Owl. Oh, there's Kenyon trying to go down the
There's Kenyon
outside of it
round.
as well. He's now on the inside. Night Owl.
Town looks to be going for it as well.
I mean, those hards just don't have any grip anymore. And yeah, Night Owl is coming in. Yeah, he is coming in.
Dodos is in. He's just leaving the pits now.
I can't get to him. Keeps changing. Yeah, he's going to leave himself
Back
way too much
goes-
time.
That's Hayes off the track again.
So Dodo's is down
Behind
into
John on that.
P9. He is on the softs. And what has he picked up as a penalty? He's picked up a
picked up
5. That's a speed in the pits. I'm surely.
No. Very easily done, especially around here. I believe it's a 37 mile per hour speed limit.
It's horrible. It's one of those ones. It's like Brazil where and Jeddah where they snake those pit snakes.
Yeah.
You're just going too fast. Then just put it so it's closer. Because obviously they do the snake to slow people down. Then I think those pit engines are just horrible. Baku's like that. You come off a massive long straight into the Baku and you just carry way too much speed.
Yeah, definitely, especially in tracks like Qatar as well. It's a massive right-hander, Vegas being one of them as well. No one actually knows where the pit entrance is. I'm pretty sure everyone just closes their eye and hopes for the best.
Yeah, that's a weird one as well, that is. It's like a proper little slip road around Vegas.
Especially down that back straight.
Zotis, Dreams is making some moves up into P6 now. Slightly fresher tyres than the rest of the grid. JXC is leading. He's got 23 laps. Old hards. He's only leading by 2.5 seconds. That pit stop is going to hurt him as we drop him down. Potentially all the way down to P13. As OTC, Dreams and Hound have a bit of a coming together. And then there's a rear end, not rear ended, but there was contact from the rear of the Red Bull.
Looks like it.
And that is Dodo's going up the inside as well.
Vale's opened a bit of a gap to Kenyon here, 1.6 seconds. Closing in closely to GXC as well. It looks as though he may be looking to pit within the next couple of laps.
Dodo's now on the back of Dreams with no DRS. Dreams is a little bit of a sitting duck there, and he's now got the Ferrari of Hound creeping in. Dodo's makes a save on those softs on lap 25-36. Definitely got the tyre advantage as it stands, but how long will they last compared to mediums?
They have Sarah going down the back straight, right behind Raza. Is it going to look for the move down the
So he
inside
notes
into turn 1?
himself. Yep, he brakes
Raza
later.
leaves the space.
He cuts in a lot.
Jason,
And that
it
is
looks
Cedric
though
as well.
Sid, he's forward. And he's got the possession. Over snap there on the rear.
Cedric,
Sid
see
played
that
it
door
smart.
open. It's 2-in-1 from
Ball
Raza,
set up
unfortunately.
through. Because they've got a battle here between Hayes and Matt as well. They're quite close together. They'll be right on the back to the GXC. Well, he'll
When's
have
he
that
gonna pit?
DRS advantage.
He's still staying out. He's on lap 24 on those hards for JXC.
Is GXC pit?
No,
not yet.
He's actually registering as Odin.
Yeah.
He's not Odin, he is JXC on my app, but I can't see his tyre wear. The mediums of Vale are on 25%, so those hards close to puncture territory.
Dodos right on the back of Kenyon as well. As it looks
Oh,
as
who's
though
that?
it's
Who's that?
last round. It's Mikey, it's Mikey.
Oh no,
Who's
Mikey, the son of the right. Where are you?
Yellow flags, can he get himself going?
He's going. Oh, I'm not sure
Midfield
what that's
just makes
for.
his way through.
Mikey, there's no damage shown on the app. I don't know if it was just a drop off the curb or not. I'm not sure. It's unfortunate for Mikey.
Yeah, Hound has seemed to have dropped off of the pack here.
He was following
1.7
Kenyon, I believe Mikey was. So as JX goes inside now, the Dodos is absolutely flying on those softs. He's challenging side by side with Kenyon into turn 1.
G7 into the pits as well, surprisingly.
Dodos up into
Boys.
P2.
Bale's race here to try and push and build that gap from Dodos. He does have the tyre advantage of those softs. He's done well to make his way back through the grid. But he is followed closely behind by both Dreams and Kenyon. Those 5-second penalties must be hindering them as well.
It's been a good race so far from Vale, who is leading this race. He is 0.8. Now, Dodo seems to be eating time away for fun. That is,
Is that
Hayes. It is Hayes. He is round. He is going
still
again.
going.
So we do now have Dodos. He is absolutely applying the pressure. Those softs, he seems very, very strong. OTC Dreams up in P3, Kenyon P4, Hound is P5. He's just slightly off of the pace of that grid, that little cluster ahead. As Night Out and Mikey rotate positions with Night Out up into P8. Raza picks up a 3.
3 seconds. A bit of a weird decision for J7 to pit as well. He was on the back of Hound up into P6, dropped down to 10th after pitting. Dodos is right on the back of Bale as well. Dreams also there. And just a little bit further back.
Thank you, Shazzy. Sometimes I don't notice it. It just needs a like little pause and then it just sorts itself out weirdly. Joys of streaming on Twitch.
The move for the lead.
Let's go back up to... He does, yeah. He does indeed, but I think he's been burning throughout, hasn't he? Dodos, he's around there
to
with
be
the rest.
making the move on Night Owl as well. Night Owl flashing. Fastest lap for J7. This is off beautifully into 8th position. Now he's got eyes set on JXC as well.
JXC's not done too badly, bearing in mind that he was out for so long. He didn't drop as many positions as I thought he would do.
Yeah.
He's obviously done a very, very good and long stint on those hards.
Kept them at pace with all of the hard runners as well, even with the hard runners pitting laps before him. He's used that tyre advantage very well so far this race. Streams looks to be making the move on Vale as well as it pulls alongside, but Vale
Just staying ahead, yeah. Everyone using the RS, yeah. Everyone is draining. Kenya's on 33%, not doing a too bad job, just conserving maybe for a late attack as we are on lap 31.
Seen it race before. He does like to build up that battery and go for a final push in the last couple of laps. Could this be a repeat?
It's all about those softs. How are they lasting? They are on 30% compared to the mediums behind, which are on 38%. But those softs will start to eat away a lot quicker than the mediums.
Looks to be trying to build that second gap as well. If he could get these next few corners right, could possibly drop Vale out of his DRS. Looks like he might be able to do so. That could leave Vale sitting duck to Dreams and Kenyon down this back straight.
Yeah, his Dreams carrying a lot of speed, pulls out down the inside and up into P2.
And the question is, can Dodos keep Dreams, Vale or Kenyon out of the DRS for the entire rest of the race? Let them battle each other, possibly even build that gap.
Dodos needs that to happen now just because he's got that time penalty, which is going to be crucial towards the end of this race. If he can get these guys battling and get out of that DRS, he might have a chance to hold on to P1 here.
A lot more gaps, and J7 has closed that gap down to GXC as well for the battle for 7th. Next closest battle is Raza and Brewmaster. Everyone else seems to be just racing on their own.
There's Dodos 1.2 now. He can try.
Kenyon is burning now. It looks as though he's got to look to get that move done on Vale by the end of turn 1.
ARS is built for these guys now. Oh, Kenyon had a little bit of a heavy break in there. Looked like he started to lose the back end a little bit. But he started back in.
Doing well to keep that gap, keeping them out of the DRS, open for them to battle.
Go down to the soft runners, J7 and Midfield Maestro. Very, very close, both on the softs. J7s are a few laps younger. He takes a different line round the hairpin.
Spots a nice line behind them.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Dodos, no!
Oh, is that the time that the tyres started to get a little bit too slippery? He's dropped down from P1 down all the way to P5. That's Hayes.
Again.
Too late in the race as well. Now you won't see anything get called this time. Oh, that's unfortunate for Dodos.
Could be crucial now. Got Hound, he has been closing that gap back up to the top 3 as well. It's got it down to 1.1. Looks to take that 4th place back.
Absolute crucial moment of the race for Dodos.
Overtake on midfield.
They are 42% now, those softs. They were probably on the one part of the track where it's, even on fresh tyres, it's, if you get that wrong, it's a disaster. This part of the track now, if you take that wider line, you get caught by these curbs here, it's going to hang on to you until it decides to let go when then the gravel appears.
Definitely unfortunate for Dodos as well. He just ran a great race. strategy was running perfectly for him. Unfortunate with that 5-second penalty as well, but he's managing well.
Hayes picks up a 3 seconds down in P17. It's not been a great race for the McLaren team out of Kenyon.
Looks to just be sitting in behind. 3 still within DRS. We've got Hound and Dodo still battling it out.
Oh, that is
that
Jono. It is Jono. He's going again now. He's getting
Kept
some...
it going.
Yeah, he's coming up to...
Master and Braza seem to be lapping 18th.
Yep. As it feels like the Williams pair have been so close together this whole race and quali.
I
Been
feel
doing
just in that
everything in
DRS.
tandem.
So, Kenyon might be looking for a bit of a move here onto Vale, coming down to this DRS straight. DRS wide open, 3 tenths in it. I think all just waiting for that last lap, that opportunity to make that final move. As Hound looks to try and stick it round the inside of the turn, he keeps it back in.
As we are on the penultimate lap. Oh, J7's gone!
J7's gone!
Where's he gone?
He's lost it on the exit of turn 1.
No, J7 on the right hand
sitting
side.
on
He's
the
caught
track.
potentially too much curb on the left hand side. Over rotate the car onto the right hand side. We've seen it done before. That is unfortunate. I hope. Oh, I don't want to see anyone lose it there, but I just hope it wasn't a coming together.
He was following JXC quite closely. I didn't see any sort of contact.
No.
JXC seems to be running his race. And sure, that's just yellow flags for lapped cars. Kenyon looks to be making a move down the inside. Bit of a contact there, but between Vale is Kenyon has a snap yet again.
No, as we are on to the final lap. These guys, are they building up a little bit of ERS? OTC Dream, sorry. He is leading the way in ERS as Hale is just trying to stay ahead now. As he is getting pressurised from our 3-time equal champion. He does have a 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags, but that will be sent to stewards, I'm sure.
Final section here. All Dreams has to do now is keep nice and tight lines, get the foot down comfortably, not have that wheel spin, make double downshift right, touch that curb on the left hand side, bank it.
Where's Vale gone? Vale's run out. Vale's run out of fuel. Vale's run out of fuel. Vale, no! You've run out of fuel.
Dreams takes this win. That is so unfortunate for Vale.
As JXC finishes P6, midfield Maestros, followed by his teammate, the William pair of P7 and P8. Vale. He was on for it, and I just looked down. I was like, "Where's he? Why is he dropping?" And oh no!
Got Sarah crossing the line on 11th. Got Sid just making his way round. A nice recovery from Sid. Brewmaster and Matt's still within. I believe Matt's ran out of fuel, it looks like.
Oh, these guys. He's run out of fuel as well. There's
Just
been
as we
some
were
rookie
saying earlier.
mistakes relying on safety cars. At this rate, I think
Could
Raz
Raz
is going to
steal it?
pass him. He might do,
Could Raz
might
steal
do.
it? Oh,
No. Oh dear. I don't know. Yeah, he's giving it to Vale, but I was going to give it to Vale, and then but I'm going to have to rethink that just because of his finishing position now.
it's definitely between what was the top 7 for the first stint, then between the top 5. Fortunate little mistakes, dropped a couple of people out of that top 7. Mikey, it looked as though he just lost it round one of the curbs, dropping out of that.
Well, that finishes round 12 here in Zandvoort. We have an Alpine of OTC Dreams taking P1. Hound is up into P2 and Kenyon is into P3. He probably will dispute a dodgy 5-second penalty. So provisionally we will have OTC Dreams, Hound and Kenyon on P1, 2 and 3. Vale, after running out of fuel on the second to last corner on the final lap, down in P4 after being in P2. Dodo's P5 after a 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane. JXC up into P6 after a good race. Williams to pair together in 7 and 8. Mikey down in P9. Blitz 10, Syrah 11, Sidrick 12. Remaster 13, 14 Matt, 15 Razza, Hayes is 16, and then Jono 17. J7BP, unfortunately down in P18.
It was definitely an interesting race. A lot of good and different strategies, especially from Dodos as well, making that medium soft work. It was just unfortunate with that dropping of the rear. Through the turns, strategy could have worked out differently, but it's all about what ifs.
It was a good race and good moves. Like I said, different strategies. There was no safety cars, only one VSC, which actually proved pivotal towards the end because some drivers were banking on safety cars. So the fuel was a killer. Please join myself and Cedric again tomorrow for Realistic. You've got a treat in store because you're both of us rabbling about rubbish. First time in probably a few months that myself and Cedric will be back together in PRL. So please join us then, and we'll just see you tomorrow. Thank you, Scooters, for joining me.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for having me. It was definitely enjoyable. Don't know how you do it every week, but it's definitely fun.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys, and we shall see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.